Here's 3 simple mental models that can help you find the sexiest, most attractive webinar or presentation topic that can attract tons of prospects to your next presentation. My name is Melvin, and together with my business partner Joe, we run X Factor Method. We have helped coaches, consultants, speakers, trainers, sales leaders, digital marketers, service providers all around the world become leaders in their industry, charge premium prices. I work with the very best clients myself. I sold more than $36 million worth of stuff online and offline, or webinars, stage presentations, Zoom, etc., etc. Been doing this for the last 17 years now. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 mental models that I shared recently on a challenge sprint that we did on how exactly you can find the sexiest, most attractive webinar topic, so that when you present it, lots of people go, oh my God, I'm going to put everything else aside. I'm going to attend your particular presentation. How do you do that? So the first thing we have to understand is this concept of value. Recently, when I was coaching some of my clients, I asked them what exactly do they think money is. Now, oftentimes we believe that money is currency and is this thing that, that we pay. But money is actually given in exchange for value. So the entire commerce space is simply an exchange of money, currency, for value. I give you something, you give me something. Goes back to the days of barter trade. So you know that something has value when we give money for it. Now, follow so far. Money, value, give you something, you give me something. So people trade their money for you so that you can give them value. Now, what exactly then is value? Value simply is what all of us agree right now, attention-wise, is important. It doesn't mean what you think is important. It doesn't mean what ought to be important. It means that as of right now, everyone agrees that this particular thing is highly, highly valuable, important, worthy of attention. That is where money flows towards. So what is my point here? There are many things in this day and age that you, as an intellectual or as a knowledgeable person, might consider very frivolous. You might even consider some topics very hypey. And you might think, oh my God, I can't believe that everyone is directing or moving their attention towards this particular field. AI might be one of these things that you might think are overhyped. A few years ago, it might be some other topic. Fortunately or unfortunately, that's where all the attention goes, and where all the attention goes, money seems to go. So my point here is, very often when I coach speakers, coaches, and consultants, they often want to speak about what they want to speak about or what they think that people ought to want to know and should know. Unfortunately, the large majority of the paying population doesn't agree. They are going this way and they want to go this way. If you do that, it is a journey to poverty, as I would say. You get to be correct, and who knows, you might actually be correct. These are the actual things that people ought to be listening to, but they don't agree with their attention and with how things flow. It doesn't mean that you need to sell out. It just means that you need to give people what they seem to desire or want right now. But in so doing, once they have paid you and delivered, you give them what they need. Very, very critical to do these things. What I mean is that we design whatever we have in the wrapper of what people pay attention to right now. It doesn't mean that we sell out and automatically jump on every single trend, but we need to adjust the way we present our topics in the direction where everyone seems to be headed, so that people find what we have dynamic and they find it relevant. If we do so, people come and pay attention to us. If we don't, then it's a journey, like I said, just down to poverty. So that's the first one. Be aware of what exactly attention is flowing, money is flowing, and be able to package your stuff, at least in the wrapper of that, so that people go, oh, cool, this is what I want. This is what everyone's talking about. I might find it relevant. The second thing that we have to do is, once you are headed in a direction where there is attention, really critical. Once you head down a place where there's attention, where everyone seems to find valuable in the moment, the next thing you have to do is to be authentic and look within and use a formula I call EST. Now, the first E stands for, down this particular direction, what area, what contribution to the conversation can you bring? What experience do you have? There's the E in experience. What do you have personal experience in? In what area are you ridiculously confident in? I think it's really critical as a person who has done this for the last 17 years, as of this particular shoot 2024, 17 years, done presentations around the world, led masterminds, etc. I can tell you for a fact that when you stand in front of people, when you turn on the camera, it is really critical, energetically, authentically, to know exactly what you're talking about. Because people, they don't just listen to your words, they can feel your energy. If you have something and you have been somewhere and actually done that which you talk about, they can feel it very quickly. And so if you don't actually know what you're talking about, you don't have that ridiculous confidence, you don't have the personal experience of having done that before, it will shine through very quickly. And this is where theories fall apart. And so in this particular direction, in what area do you have experience in? Critical. Number 2, in what area are you special in? Now, the fact that you are special leads down to something that, is the name of our company, X Factor. In what area do you stand out from everyone else? That is the unique factor that you bring to the conversation. If you are not special in any way, then why exactly do you exist in the marketplace? Because then I can listen to someone else. So in what area do you have experience in? You know what you're talking about. In what area are you special? Are you different? So that when you present yourself on stage, etc., you have a unique story, a unique angle, something that I cannot find anywhere else that I can listen and get from you. I've coached a female astrologer who's Asian in a space where most of these astrologers are older white guys. I've coached a fellow who right now is actually Indian and he actually is dominating a Chinese market. He can actually speak Chinese. A lot of these people, these are more on the superficial side. But deep down, some of them also have a story that is very unique than everyone else. That is their unique contribution, unique angle that they bring to the particular industry and conversation. So what experience do you have? What special standout ability do you have? The last one is what tangible things can people expect and learn after your particular presentation? It's really critical that we go on, and because we are not in the business of just entertaining people, right? We might have experience, we might have special, we might be very high personality and very charismatic, but at the end of the day, we are here to teach and convey a result and transformation for people. So at the end of your particular talk, presentation, webinar, etc., what can people expect tangibly? I call it EST. So let's recap. So far we hit in the direction where there's intention. We ask ourselves specifically, where do we have experience? Where are we unique and special? And what can we actually teach in a tangible manner so that people can actually get some result in their lives? And then we further ourselves. And there's the second model that I mentioned just now, EST. Now, after we have headed further down that model, then the final thing we want to ask is how can we just craft and crystallize and sharpen everything so that it's the sexiest topic for the right now, right here. And you know why it's so important? Before I review the last mental model to you, that it's so very valuable that you sharpen it. Because the key word here is prioritize. People are naturally busy. Nobody wants to come to your webinar, wants to come to your presentation. They have 101 other things to do. They don't give a shit. They don't care. And so your topic must be so important, it stands out to them that they go, hey, I could be doing something else here, or I actually might be doing something else here, but I'm going to call and postpone that because I need to attend your presentation. I need to put everything else aside and really pay attention to what you have to say. Your topic needs to be so vital and crucial and important that they are willing to prioritize that over everything else. Nobody actually has any free time in this day and age. And so how do you crystallize it to the degree that people are like, okay, you know what, I'll put this in my calendar and I'll cancel yoga, or I'll cancel gym workout, or cancel the date just to come for your thing. The last formula I want to teach and convey to you is called 5 W's and 1 H. Who, what, where, when, where, why, and how. Let's break that down bit by bit. Now the first key, the first W we have to ask ourselves, and we need to highlight in our description, our landing page, etc., is who this particular presentation is for. And it's very critical. We need to let people know that, hey, if you have this particular situation, you need to come to this. In my further classes and many other things, I call it qualification. The who is critical. And who specifically is this presentation for? It's very simple. It is for people who have a problem. We need to highlight the specific problem that they have and let them know that, hey, you have this particular gap, you have this particular problem, you have this particular situation you cannot solve. If you come to my session, I will solve it for you. It's very important to call that out, and especially call out the problem that it cannot solve. An unsolvable problem causing unbearable pain, or either in your title or in the landing page of your presentation, so that people are reminded of pain. If this is a new concept to you, I actually shot a recent video where I highlighted that I was helping one of these investment speakers be able to optimize his webinar and presentation conversions. And one of the things we spoke about was increasing the levels of pain. Letting people know that, hey, if you have this pain, I have the solution. First one. Number 2, very critical. The second one is called when and where. When and where is one of these very unspoken about little secrets of persuasion. Did you know that if you add the year or even the month and the year into your presentation topic, what is working in AI right now in July or June 2024? Did you know that just by doing that alone, you increase conversions? Because why? Now, that would be the most powerful if you just say, what's working in AI in 2024? That would be much better than what's working in AI. Now, the specificity of the when, the timing, adds the context. It increases the level of urgency. People are like, oh, I don't know. Whatever's happened in June 2024 might be different than May 2024. Increases the level of urgency. And so the when increases contextual urgency makes people want to come. Now the where specifically might be the business climate right now. What's happening in this particular location, in this particular industry right now, in this particular time zone, that's the where. Or time frame, that's the when and the where. If you increase the level of contextual specificity, increases their urgency. They're like, I don't know, I need to discover. Because it's no longer vague, it's very specific. But it's really critical. Now the next thing we have to mention is why. Why specifically should people come to your session? Isn't that important? We need to let them know that if they don't come to their session, here is all the issues and pain that will persist, and if they don't come out, they'll miss out on all of these things. We need to point out all of these. So there's a who, there's a when, there's a where, there's a why you should come. And then there is the what. What specifically will they learn, and what vision will they be able to create as a result of this? Really critical. We need to mention all of these whats. Let them know, hey, if you don't come, here's the pain. Then you will persist. If you do come, here are the things that you will learn, and it can bring you closer to this particular vision. Now it becomes really urgent. And then the last one is how. The how is simply a method. It's really critical. One of the things that we have covered with so many of our coaching clients, people that consult, top leaders, etc., is that it's very important to turn whatever you teach into a model and method. And let people know that there is a how. When you do that, there's a system, a formula, a method. Then people feel, oh my God, I have this problem, it's really urgent. If I don't solve it, my life sucks. If I do solve it, my life's great. And this guy seems to have the formula. I gotta come. The 5 W's and 1 H make people feel it's tangible, specific. And they go, okay, when I come here, I will solve a specific problem that's causing me an unbearable pain with this particular method. All right, I'll put everything else aside, I'll prioritize this, I'll show up. If you do that, it's no longer vague. It's no longer abstract. It's tangible. It's important. It's urgent. They put things aside and they come. And so, let's recap everything we mentioned so far. First thing, go in the direction where attention is. Number 2, once you're in that direction, ask yourself authentically. Don't be one of these sellouts. Ask yourself authentically, where do I have experience? I know what I'm talking about. They can add to a conversation. Where am I unique? They can add to a conversation. Where can I actually teach people something that they can use? They can add to a conversation. Then once you do that, just package it with the 5 W's and 1 H. Make it really sexy. And then watch as people drop everything else, come for your sessions. And that's when you can use some of the other videos that I've shot, where you can increase your webinar conversions and create the best high converting webinars you've ever done. Now, if you do this, what are some of the results? Very simple. The best I've ever done so far. Who knows, I may even do better next time. Best I've ever done so far, $2.2 million in 45 minutes. High converting topic. Attention grabbing, high converting, offer, pitch. Spoke for 45 minutes, 2.2 million collected at the end. There are other people I know who have done millions of dollars, maybe some even more than me, but they're just testament to the fact that everything I share with you so far actually works. Hope you enjoyed this. Once again, if you love it, comment below. If you found it brilliant, found it amazing, whatever it is, questions, comment below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I drop a lot of these every day, so subscribe so every time I drop one of these videos, you get an update. Doesn't get merged in all the other YouTube videos and YouTube stuff that's going on. And last of all, I can be found on social media channels, IG, Facebook, etc. See you soon. Take care. Until our next one.